Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the Daily Update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is down about 0.3% there on the S&P. Nasdaq is down also 0.7%. Semiconductors green today after making some big moves last couple days. Dow's down along with the small caps and transport with the banks. These guys are all down about 0.5% today. Energy's up though 0.4%. Biotech did get hit today, 1.3% negative. It looks like biotech is the only sector today with the with the printing red more than 1% on today's price action. Healthcare is down a little bit there. Home builders made a move, 2% positive today. Interesting that we got some of these sectors, some of this short-term sector rotation going on this week, because this is kind of what we witnessed even late last week, last couple days, right? Looks like utilities up a little bit, retail's up 1%, emerging market down a little bit there. So pretty mixed day, but overall it's a down day, while the home builders are up and the retail, and looks like biotech did get hit. That's the only sectors prominently red and prominently green today. It looks like Bitcoin is up a little bit here. It looks like about 2.3%. Gold up, silver down, miners up 1.3%. Gold, silver, miners lately, some of the price action, I know it's been really grindy and like sideways. It's volatile grindy, right? It goes up. It hasn't been, seen any real direction, but it's been up and down sideways type of move with some volatilities. But when I was looking at the long-term picture of things in gold and silver miners, there might be potential bottoming, process happening potentially, right? We got the dollar down, looks like oil's up, treasury bonds up, VIX is up about 3% there. Let's see what the S&P 500 ETF, Spider, 65-minute chart here. So it looks like, let's see here. So this is where we closed yesterday, right? So we slightly gapped up and then came down. Big fluctuation the first hour there, right? And then kind of came to that micro-term support area right here, right? We blew right through that on the second hour, it looks like. So that's the second hour price action right here. And then a third hour, right? It looks like we're slowing down on the third hour with that doji candle, right? Kind of form that maybe micro-term support right there. That's the fourth hour, fifth hour, and sixth hour. It looks like last couple hours of today's price action, a little bit of you can see you got a little bit of a tweezer bottoming pattern there, and then follow through there, but it's as of today, it's tough to say, unless we see first 2 hours of bullish move tomorrow and hold that gain first 2 hours. If you can see something like that, I think there's a good chance that market wants to come back up here 470 or 469 or so. If not, we see early weakness tomorrow. This could potentially become a bear flagging pattern, and bears might want to come down. Retest that short-term moving average. Check it one more time. You got the gap area here at 465 and 464, and that's the gap that was opened up. When was that? Early November, right? November 4th or so. Let's kind of zoom out and check out that short-term moving average, because we've been kind of paying attention to the short-term moving average. Admitting the fact that this short-term moving average does carry pretty decent resume, because we know what happened in late October there. So we're in that vicinity right now. So we got the short-term moving average right here. We got the gap area right here, right? So that's where we're kind of stalling a little bit in that vicinity, right? Price is aware of this support area. So I think that would be, biggest question right now is how this market is going to behave first 2 hours of tomorrow morning. Either it's going to become a bear flag before this thing going lower to retest the short-term moving average, the gap area, or this could potentially become some sort of a bottoming turnaround pattern where bulls might get up here and then go up to about 470. It all depends how this market behaves first 2 hours tomorrow morning. Let's check out the oscillator and see if we can extract any more information. So despite the fact that we did see a little bit of a bullish move on the last 2 hours of today's price action, you can see that the oscillator is not even accounting for any of that. Pretty much we're seeing the tankage in the oscillator. I thought we might hold this level here, but it looks like we kind of blew right through it. So only problem is oscillators are coming down, but the price is actually lagging, right? So we might see this indication is we might see correction through time where buyers are tired. They know that, and buyers been, this oscillator has been elevated. So buyers been really running with this thing for about a month or so. And buyers realize that maybe it's getting too long holding this oscillator up. So they might have thinking that, what, why don't we reset this oscillator, let this come down while we see the price action move sideways. And if that's the case, you may see this thing oscillator back and forth like that for a day or so while the oscillator, price moves sideways, correcting through time, oscillator resets, come back to the oversold level. And then with that, bull's gonna have plenty of energy to bring it back up. That might be what bulls are trying to work, with here, what they're trying to prepare, what they're trying to plan, for the near term to kind of dispute that plan and strategy. What bears need to do, obviously, break below this short-term moving average and break below this gap area and kind of impute fear again in the market, let people panic a little bit. So I think it'll be important how this market plays out tomorrow. And then we can see how the market could behave remainder of this week and early next week. So I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening and good luck trading tomorrow.